All right, everyone, welcome to Lesson 4 Core Principles of Ethical AI. This is where we lay the foundation for everything else in this course. Now, we often hear big tech companies talk about AI ethics, but here's the truth. Small and medium sized businesses need these principles just as much, if not more. The three pillars we'll focus on today are fairness, transparency, and accountability. These aren't just buzzwords. They're practical tools you can apply in your business decisions starting today. Let's think about why these principles matter specifically for SMBs. First, reputation. If your customers lose trust in you, they may never come back. And unlike a giant corporation, you don't have billions in brand equity to fall back on. Second, trust. In a smaller business, trust is your currency. One bad AI-driven decision, like denying a service unfairly, can undo years of goodwill. And third, responsibility. Customers expect you to stand behind your services. You can't just say, oh, the algorithm made a mistake. So these principles aren't theoretical. They protect your business's survival. Let's dive into the first pillar, fairness. Fairness means making sure AI treats everyone equally, regardless of gender, race, background, or other attributes. The biggest risk here is bias creeping into training data. Here's a case study. An SMB used AI to screen resumes in a male dominated industry. Because the historical data favored men, the AI began rejecting qualified women. Imagine the consequences: lawsuits, missed talent, reputational damage. So let me ask you, in your business, where might unfair bias creep in? Hiring, marketing, customer service? It's important to spot those weak points before bias causes harm. Now let's move to transparency. Transparency means two things. First, that you understand how the AI system works. Second, that you can explain it to others in plain language. Customers don't accept just trust the algorithm. They want to know why a decision was made. For example, if your AI denies a loan application, can you tell the customer what data points were used? Or is it a black box? For SMBs, transparency is powerful because it shows honesty, and honesty builds loyalty. If you can't explain your AI system, maybe it's too risky to use. Finally, accountability. This principle reminds us that humans, not machines, are responsible for AI decisions. AI may suggest, but people decide. Think of a supply chain tool that recommends reducing stock. If you follow it blindly and shelves go empty, who's accountable? Not the AI, it's you, the business owner or manager. That's why accountability means assigning clear roles. Who monitors the AI, who checks its outputs, who takes responsibility when things go wrong. Without accountability, you're just hiding behind technology, and that's a shortcut to losing trust. So, let me leave you with a reflection. Look at your business today. Where might fairness be at risk? Where could transparency be improved? And who is ultimately accountable for your AI driven decisions? Write down one or two examples. This reflection will help you in our upcoming assignments and in building your ethical AI policy. Remember, fairness keeps your systems just, transparency keeps them open, and accountability keeps them human. These three principles are your compass.